Warning. This program contains coarse humor and a sense of language that some people might not share. Viewer discretion is advised.
Walking through the playground, I pushed the merry-go-round, causing it to creak nastily as it made a half-turn. Lena shivered and grasped my hand tighter. Sorry, I probably just remembered my childhood.
Did you like merry-go-rounds?
Yes, actually, I don't know. I don't remember. Probably all children like them.
I didn't like them.
Why?
I got dizzy when I rode them.
No wonder if you spin too fast.
I like the swings more.
Well, you can get dizzy on a swing as well.
Well, why would you?
I don't know. That conversation had distracted me a little, and I stopped worrying myself about everything. About Shurek, about our night trip, about Lena. After all, this world is not so alien. Finally, we reached the doors. Inside of the old camp building reminded me of a kindergarten, the one I had attended in my childhood. But at first glance, even the room arrangement was same. Shurek.
Shurek!
Grave-like silence replied to us. Even the wind outside had calmed down. Looks like nobody's here.
We should check anyway.
Lena's courage didn't cease to surprise me. Or should I say her lack of normal self-preservation instincts didn't. I don't know if this behavior is strange for this girl or not. Okay, let's do it. This place is kind of creepy. I really like the artwork in this. We thoroughly examined all the rooms of the old camp. I even inspected the attic. There were signs that people had visited this place everywhere. Newspapers, empty bottles, other garbage, but there was no sign of Shurek. We returned to the hallway where we had started our search. What should we do next?
I have no idea.
Lena sat on the steps and stared at her feet. I think we should go back, I began carefully. It's late, and can just the two of us search the entire forest for him?
You may be right.
She looked sad, and her expression let me know that the search was not yet over. Well, I am. I waved my hands in resignation and sat next to her. We should think about the worst outcome.
Are you saying...
No, but are there any wild animals around?
I doubt it.
Lena calmed down at once. He may be sleeping somewhere. He'll wake up in the morning and return to the camp.
Yes, of course.
I jumped to my feet and started to walk in circles around the hall. I really wanted to leave this place to get out of the forest, but it was as if Lena's behavior was keeping me here. I wanted to try and persuade her, but then I noticed something on the floor. It was a trap door. There were heaps of garbage and dust around it. It must have been opened recently. Look.
Do you think Shurek is there?
Lena squatted and carefully pulled on the hatch's handle. It may not be Shurek, but somebody surely used it recently. I had already regretted finding that damn gate to hell.
Let's check it out.
The trapdoor wasn't very heavy, so you could open it without much effort. I directed the flashlight into it and saw a ladder that goes down a couple of meters. Looks like a cellar.
Let's go down.
I looked at Lena for a few moments, trying to understand what was on her mind. Did she have a craving for adventure like Uliana? Or is it a useful spirit then? Or maybe she just went a bit nuts. Lena didn't seem like a crazy person, but anyway, who said she was really a human and you can evaluate her with human behavioral logic? That thought should have scared me, but somehow I didn't pay any attention among the millions of other thoughts. Some of them were important, for example, what could be down there? I climbed down and looked around. Everything is okay. After I made sure that there was nothing to be afraid of, I called Lena. We stood in the long corridor, which certainly wasn't a cellar. Its architecture more resembled KGB dungeons or subway maintenance tunnel. I don't know which would be better. There were countless wires along the walls, fastened by metal hooks every half meter. There were lamps under the ceiling, covered with rusted shades. Crumbled concrete crunched under our feet unpleasantly.
Shall we go?
Lena, without any emotion. Where to? There?
Oh yes, what if Shurek is there?
What would he be doing there? In any case, I wasn't able to refuse her today, so we forgot about our fear and headed into the darkness. Lena walks next to me, holding my hand. The silence of the dungeon was interrupted by only the sound of footsteps and water dripping from the ceiling. We moved forward slowly, maybe too slowly. I suddenly felt a surge of claustrophobia. I gritted my teeth and squeezed the torch, but loosened my grip at once, fearful of breaking our only source of light. Lena kept silent. Her silence seemed louder than any words. I started to fear. Say something.
Door.
What?
There's a door.
She pointed forward. We came to a massive metal door with a biohazard sign. Looks like a bomb shelter.
Yes, I had heard something about it.
Why is it here?
I have no idea. Maybe because of the Cuban Missile Crisis.
Cuban? I estimated the approximate time of construction of the camp. Makes sense. However, building a bomb shelter here was like building an airport at Faggot in Northumberland or Lacock in Wiltshire in the UK. It wasn't deep enough and too far from civilization. The door wheel dully creaked, and I had to push on it with all my strength before it turned a couple of times. I made up my mind and opened the door with difficulty. We entered the room, which seemed to be the main living quarters. There were some beds, cases of scientific equipment. They had been thoroughly prepared for nuclear apocalypse. We didn't find any signs of Shurk there, though.
Look!
Lena was holding a flare gun and smiling. Why would you need it?
To fight monsters!
There are no monsters here. At least, I wanted to believe that.
You say so.
I guarantee it. I didn't want to upset her, so I tucked the flare gun into my belt. It might come in handy. We thoroughly searched the room once again. There were two exits. The first door we had entered, and the other one was another door exactly the same in the left wall. For a moment, I felt excitement, the urge to reach the end of the labyrinth and learn what prize awaited me there. However, this surely wasn't a computer game, and there is no option to save.
Maybe with this.
Lena offered me a rather big crowbar. No, I'll give it a try without it first. However, the door didn't want to budge. It only creaked nastily, and the door wheel didn't turn a millimeter. Okay, give it to me. It was too easy with the crowbar. In the end, the obstacle collapsed, hitting the floor loudly. The hinges were rusted completely through. I pointed the flashlight into the passageway. There was a corridor just like the one we had came through there.
Let's go.
It was like Lena was constantly driving on me. Where are you rushing to?
Me? I'm not...
She blushed in confusion. Again, what should I make of her? First she doesn't fear a thing, then she gets lost after a word. You look like you don't fear anything.
I don't know. What should I fear? You'll protect me anyway.
She added, barely audible. So Lena is counting on me. She believes in me no matter what. It's possible. Stupid, naive, but possible. I knew clearly that I couldn't protect anyone, even myself. Nothing is up to me in this world. The powers that brought me here could do anything. That didn't exactly mean that inevitable death awaited me at the end of the tunnel. It could be lying in wait anywhere in this camp. Let's go.